What is up? How is everyone doing? My name is Jay Addison. This is Prepared Citizens Training Group. Thank you so much for watching. This one is long overdue. I'm finally getting around to doing this. I'm very happy to do this. Today I'm going to be doing a review on a training class that I took. I took this class. It was September 17th and 18th of 2022. So yes, it is a little late, but without further ado. So the company I'm going to be reviewing is Tactical Response, and the class I'm going to be reviewing is Fighting Pistol. This is the flagship class of Tactical Response. If you can only take one class at Tactical Response, this is it. Highly recommend. But let's get into the questions. I got here a little list of 8 questions that I've seen people ask, that I had for myself. And yes, so 8 questions. Let's get started. All right, number 1, how easy is it to sign up? The onboarding process. So it was really easy. I just went on the website. They have, I think, a few different pay options. I used PayPal. And as soon as you sign up, pay for it, they send you an email, thank you email with I think it had the address on it if I'm not mistaken. And it was pretty easy. Now, the really cool thing about Tactical Response, James Yeager, the legend himself, if you don't know him, you need to look him up and just start watching all of his content, because he's a really good dude with a lot of really good advice. But what he did is his own home, he turned his basement into what they call the team room. So when you go to Tactical Response, always check before you sign up for a class if it's in Camden, Tennessee. See if they have availability in the team room, and you can actually stay in his basement for free. That's something he just did out of the love of his heart for people, because he wanted people to get trained, and he knew that paying for training and hotels and all that stuff got expensive. So he did that for people. It just another example of how good of a person he was. I've stayed there twice now. Everybody there is super nice. Help clean up, all that good stuff. I mean, you're getting to stay there for free, so do your part. And it's really cool and nice of them. It's close to where you need to go train. So very easy to sign up. And that kind of actually went into my number 2 question. I kind of answered it. My number 2 question was places to stay in the area. So there is hotels and things like that in the area if you don't want to stay in the team room. And again, I think there's a Best Western. I don't remember all the ones that's there. Just look it up, and there's a few there. But I know a Best Western's there, because I'm actually staying there next month to go to their alumni weekend. So, and then team room, obviously. So number 3, was the class easy to follow? So their curriculum and things like that, it was very easy to follow, guys. I was a dang good shooter, not gunfighter, shooter, when I showed up. And there were also people in there that had never shot before, and everything was so well laid out. The instructors did such a good job. Everybody stayed right up to speed. They did not leave anyone behind. The class, they remind you very early, it's not about speed. It's about learning and being proficient in these tasks so that later on you can practice and build your speed. The class is not about speed. It's about building that foundation. So very, very good on the instructors and the curriculum of Tactical Response. It was very easy to follow. Nobody, as long as you're willing to learn, you will not have any trouble whatsoever. Was the amount of coursework sufficient for the goals of the class? So the main goals of the class was obviously to be safe with a gun. That was one thing James Yeager said in his lecture. He's got a pre-recorded lecture. He said, if you don't get anything, you need to get safety. And definitely nailed that. But overall, the mindset portion and just everything they set out for you to learn, it was spot on. I can't. I mean, it was awesome. Everything that class, it flowed. It was really, really good. You didn't get overloaded at any point with too much or too less information. You never was left wondering. And during the mindset lecture, every question that comes up in your mind, don't say anything, just keep listening. It gets answered. Like every question that comes up in just a few seconds, it gets answered. So that was really cool. Everything was done very well as far as the information, classwork, and on the range. Very, very easy to take in and did not go too fast or slow. Quality of the range training area for the class. So how nice was the range? It was actually very nice. It's a pretty typical range. You got a very good bank to shoot into. You're not worried about stray rounds or anything like that. So it was very easy to park at the range the way it was laid out. You had an overhead, so if it did start sprinkling or something, or shade in our case, needed some shade, you got a place to keep your drinks and stuff like that, and it's not just going to be cooking in the sun. So it was nice, very nice. What did the class change in you? How you think or how you live? So it did a few things. It's one of those classes, I will say, you keep putting it off or I did. I hate to say that now. I put it off, and then when I finally went, I'm like, why the hell didn't I do this years ago? I mean, I felt guilty, legitly. I'm like, why didn't I just bite the bullet and do this years ago? Like, I kept just coming up with excuses, but so it changed a few things. It changed how I think about surroundings. It really makes you think about the decisions you make, because a lot of people think when I go to this gunfighting class or fighting pistol class, I'm just going to know how to handle myself. If any shit comes my way, I can take care of it. But no, it actually focuses more on avoiding the gunfight. It's like if you're in a gunfight, you've already kind of, we was in a bad place that we shouldn't have been, type thing. I mean, I get it, evil comes your way time to time, but the whole point is to avoid that type of conflict, which was interesting. You don't think about that when you go to a gunfighting class, right? You think, okay, I'm going to know how to do this, which you do learn, but you also learn the mindset to keep you out of these situations. So it's definitely changed how I look at certain places, certain times when you go there, and it also made me carry a backup gun. You'll get it if you go. All right, was the class worth the drive? So for this, it's going to be different for everyone. For me, it was about 6.5 hour drive, and definitely was after attending that class. Yes, yes, it was worth the drive. I can highly recommend it. I would say if you're within 10 hours, yes, it's worth it. If you can afford to fly and just mail your gun and ammo to the shop, because they have that option as well, yes. So, and what makes this training institute stand out? I will say, so once you attend Tactical Response, you become part of their alumni. And that is an interesting group of people. And it's very good people. People you feel comfortable with, people that come from all walks of life, but people you feel strangely comfortable with. And it's the bond this place creates for people. It's amazing, the camaraderie, and just even the owners, Kayla and Heather, I mean, they gave everyone their numbers at this last class we went to, and like the instructors I had at Fighting Pistol, I got their numbers and stuff. I got their contacts, and it's like, your family. You really are, and they genuinely mean it when they say, if you need anything, call me. They mean that. It is no joke. It's not just saying that. They're not saying that to be nice. They mean it, and they will get pissed at you if they find out you were in their area and needed help and didn't call them. I saw that happen. So, and that is all the questions I got. If there's something I missed, drop it in the comments. Let me know what questions you would like answered. That was the ones I had. And guys, 10 out of 10 recommend for Tactical Response Fighting Pistol. It was an amazing class. I highly recommend it to anyone that is even thinking about a pistol class, period. You get what you pay for in this industry, and that is top of the food chain when it comes to a pistol class. So, guys, 10 out of 10. I hope this helps. Let me know your thoughts if you've been to it. Let me know if I nailed it, if that's how you feel too. Guys, always been an asset to those around you, not a liability. Thank you so much. God bless.